Hello everyone! ESO Chad is here. The long-awaited 37th episode of Skibidi Toilet Multiverse has finally been released. And in this video, I will make a full analysis of it for you. Find all the secrets and Easter eggs that Dom Studio left for us, as well as tell you what will be waiting for us in the second part of this episode. What do all these nightmares of Drillman, Assassin, and Clockwoman mean? And which of the characters can we say goodbye to in the next episode? Get your tea and snacks ready, and prepare to watch this video to the end, because it's going to be really interesting. Let's go! So, as I've said earlier, this episode will be a direct continuation of the previous one. And right from the first couple of frames, the Dark Speakerman starts a fight and runs straight at Billy, who at this time shoots at him with his machine gun. But based on that, he does not even try to hit his target. He probably thinks something like, haha, the machine gun does peef-puff. Shooting without aiming is really so much fun. And as soon as the Speakerman got close enough, he flew up with the help of his jetpack, and as he was above Billy, he shot a dagger with the help of the sound from his head, which almost hit the green mutant in the eye. It is unclear why though, but Billy did not appreciate this, and as he grabbed the Speakerman, he began to morally bully him, saying that he was pathetic, just like Titan Speakerman. But I would actually argue with this statement because the upgraded Titan Speakerman looks and fights in just an incredibly cool way. And by the way, while the Dark Speakerman was running towards Billy, in the distance you can see how Speakerwoman is fighting with another Skibidi mutant. And this would not be unusual if not for one little detail. At some point, her speaker starts glowing with color blue instead of red one for whatever reason. And this thing has never happened either in the original series or in this universe. And I do not know why this happened. It is likely that she also has something like Rage Mode, which she can extremely rarely switch to, and apparently now this is exactly the moment. But let's go back to Billy now, and his new friend who is trying to escape from his arms. And in the end, he succeeds, but Billy finally decides to give him a friendly kick in his ass, which causes the Speakerman to fly to the other end of the room. And I don't know why, but it made me laugh a lot. And immediately after that, in a fight with the green Skibidi, Plunger Cameraman decides to try his luck, but he lasted even less and went to rest from the very first pitch of the Green Giant. At this moment, the Drillman assassin performs a signature big Speakerman punch and kicks a huge Skibidi mutant with 2 legs from a jump, and to my surprise, it even has some effect on him, and he almost falls from this blow. In the end, Billy was about to simply tear apart the poor Plunger Cameraman, but at that moment, he was suddenly attacked by another Skibidi mutant. He dealt with him without any problems. But why did this happen in the first place? I believe that this is all the work of TV Woman, who most likely intercepted his consciousness, and she managed to do it because these mutants apparently turned out to be not living people after this smoking Skibidi procedure like other Skibidi toilets. And because of this, they do not have some kind of consciousness of their own, thanks to which she managed to pull off this trick. So after the sheer destruction of the last brainless mutant, the assassin jumps right at William, who grabs him and begins to just fart furiously. And because of this, the Drillman begins to have violent hallucinations and falls into the world of these smelly dreams. And the place where he ended up is the destroyed base of the Drillmen. And everything happened exactly as I predicted. This guy feels really guilty that he was not there at the moment of need when the Alpha attacked the Drillman and destroyed all of his friends. And now his conscience torments him. And thanks to William's poison, this feeling of guilt has intensified, and we can see everything that he is going through. And the first thing that he saw was that Drillwoman was being grabbed and carried away by some kind of hand, and I think this hand actually belongs to William, who is holding her behind bars at the moment. Upon entering this building, he finds himself in front of a huge pile of inanimate Drillmen, who he could not save, and into which he gets eventually thrown by Drillwoman. And after falling into the mouth of Titan Drillman, the poor guy finds himself in a room with the bouncer Drillman, along with his favorite cart from the counter, of which he distributed his famous cock oil to other guys. And by the way, it was green. There are also Drillmen all over the room, as well as the heads of Drillmen, but there are a lot more heads here because all the bodies are lying here with their heads being attached to them. There is also a very interesting rifle in this room that we have never seen before. And since this is all happening in the assassin's head, he has probably already seen it somewhere. Perhaps this is some very powerful weapon that probably remained at the Drillman base or in the office of this giant. And soon we will see how will someone find this mysterious rifle and start using it against their enemies. So in the end, this guy turned out to be strong enough to overcome his nightmares and break out of them. And by the way, this whole sequence reminded me a little bit of a similar concept that Monster Up used in episode 20 of his Zombie Universe series, when the POV also got pulled into the world of terrible hallucinations. And what's funny is that they were actually caused by the infected Drillman on him. And the POV also managed to break out of these terrible dreams eventually, just like the Drillman in Dom Studios' Mulltiverse. Okay, but let's get back to Dom Studios' episode now. However, when the Drillman tried to help Clockwoman, who was also under the influence of this weird poison, he was stopped by the last smoked Skibidi mutant. And at the moment when William approached the Clockwoman, you can see how the drill of this exact Drillman, aka the button presser from the 10th and 22nd episodes, appears from under the ground. And it seems to me that this guy once again dug a tunnel for 15 episodes just to get to the right place and at the right time. What an incredible coincidence. But in the meantime, we're going into the nightmares of Clockwoman this time, in which she experiences the passing of her boss, and just like the Drillman assassin, she blames himself for not being able to save the ones that needed her help. And in this nightmare, the broken clockman who's filled with holes comes out of the grave, and the toilet graves start falling directly from the skies with the words written on their tombstones. Why you didn't? And in addition to the zombie clockman, a clock tower also appears from the ground, which immediately begins to collapse. And I must say that this tower is really similar to Big Ben from earlier episodes, and as I have said earlier, it also seems like it plays a pretty important role in the life of the clockman. However, I do not remember that it was destroyed, its clock was just stopped. So perhaps this was already enough to greatly weaken the clockman, and this is equivalent to the fact as if it would have been destroyed. Either this tower from the nightmare is the personification of the castle of the Clockman, which as we remember was destroyed earlier, as well as the base of the Drillman. And it is in this castle that her boss has been buried, so I'm more inclined to this option. However, fortunately for DRILLWOMAN, William did not have time to do anything terrible to her, because a button presser came to her aid afterwards, who finally completely dug the tunnel by the way. But I just didn't really understand, what was he even able to shoot the Skibidi mutant with? This thing in his hands doesn't even look like something that can shoot anything. And I don't see him having the nail gun that the orange Drillman had, which fired explosive nails. And this definitely could not have been done by DRILLWOMAN because the shot came certainly from the digger's side. Maybe the firing device is being hidden under his sleeve or something like that? And this is the end of the episode. But I also want to show you this logo with the words on the wall, which you could see a couple of times during the episode, but due to the poor visibility, I can't really distinguish what's being written in there, so maybe one of you can distinguish what is depicted on this spot. Well, and now I want to move on to what we can expect from the next episode. And I think that it won't be a secret, but the first thing we'll see there is a continuation of this brawl and an attempt to free DRILLWOMAN. But also do not forget that there are other Skibidi warriors outside led by the bald John, who prepared a trap for the Titans of the Alliance. And in addition to the fight inside the base, there will be a larger battle outside. And I also do not know why, but I have a feeling that some characters may not survive this battle and we will never see them again. And I'm not talking about Skibidi toilets right now. Perhaps it will be the Dark Speaker Man who is constantly the first to rush into danger, and in the end it may end in tragedy for him. Well, and what do you guys think about it? Be sure to subscribe to my channel and write your opinion in the comments section below. And it was me, Chad. See ya!